All right, so the first stock that we're going to look at is Mdlz. That is the ticker symbol. And we're going to start our analysis, our technical analysis on the monthly time frame. And what I want you guys to pay attention to is this overall trend line support level here, right? So as you can see, with this trend line, price has been respecting it overall since 2019, really, where we've been hitting that support trend line and we've been having some significant bounces, right? Ones that last a whole year, actually, right? From 2019 to 2020, retest again from 2020 to 2021, retest, and then from 2021 to 2022. And looking at this current monthly candle here, which is for December, which is not yet done, but it's looking very strong so far. This is the most recent support level, um, support area that it hit, and then as you can see, we had another, you know, very significant run here. So what is so different about this one as opposed to the others is if you go down to the weekly time frame, you're seeing that price stock is actually at a breakout point, right? And that breakout point is around this resistance area of $65. As you can see on, on this candle formation here, this has been a very significant resistance prior where we did hit it, very strong rejection that brought price all the way back from what, 65, well, slightly above 65, 65.50, all the way back to a support level of 57. And then we had this overall move here trying to break back above, and recently we got the chance to do that. And what I want you guys to see is this overall breakout point on this rounded bottom here. So our neckline is going to be $65, right? $65 is going to be your neckline. Boom, perfect. And then we're just going to extend this down. There we go. Right? And price is trying to break out of this rounded bottom here. And with this recent move on last week's candle, it's looking like it could possibly happen very soon, right? So two things. One, we made all-time high on this weekly candle, right? Hitting $66. And second is that we slightly pulled back from 66 and ended up closing below that $65 area. It's not really concerning considering this overall move with the significant amount of volume, but it would have been nice to see a close above that $65 point, which we've never really had before. If you're taking a look at the last time that it came to that area. But again, like I said, it's nothing crazy considering this overall move and volume, right? Because $6 price point. So an overall pullback is just a matter of time, right? We're going to get a pullback, right? So on Thursday's candle, we closed very strong on that day with a slight rejection from that 66, and then $66 dollar resistance point. And then again on Friday, we opened around $66. Excuse me. Well, not 66. We did not open at 66. We had a high of 66 again, only for it to get rejected again. So price is looking to pull back to this 63.50 area, which is going to be key because this area was prior resistance. So if you're going all the way back to the point of the first time that it came to that 63.50 area, you see over here, especially, let's just draw it out, we had very significant consolidation points here at that 65 level, 65.50 to be exact, right? And we've had and it's been acting as resistance and slightly support ever since price came to that area, right? So significant consolidation periods here, right, in that 63.50 level, and then a bit of strong rejections happening there as well, especially over here. We had a pretty nice run up here from this overall drop only to get rejected. And it was a strong one too, all the way to 57. On these two candles as well. Came close to hitting 63.50 noise. For it to have broken above, right? So on this candle here on Thursday, it broke above. It not only broke above, but it tested that 63.50 as support, right? And then we had this continuation to create to all-time highs, right? So at this point, that pullback to 63.50 is needed, especially for this overall run. And we want to see price hold that as support, right? We want to see price hold that as support for an overall move, for it to have an overall move above $65, the $65 resistance, right? And for it to break above to our price target of 70, yeah, $70 right here. All right, so that's what I am looking for in Mdlz. Now, so next up is Tdoc, right? Let's actually put this thing on the weekly or monthly. Let's do it on the monthly actually, right? So Tdoc, we all know this thing's been having a very bad 2021 year. This has been having a bad year overall, right? Looking at the monthly, right, we found a nice area of support at 88 as it seemed, and this is a very significant support area. Why? Right, if we zoom in prior to Tdoc having this overall run before 2020, before the pandemic, we seen that $88, right? $88 has been a very key level. It's been resistance before, one. And two, it's been a breakout point for this overall move that you're seeing here on Tdoc, right? So it was a breakout point. So the fact that price has come back to this $88 level and it's acting as support, as you could see. Look at this overall hammer that we're having here, although it's a red one, right? It's still very significant considering the fact that this thing basically picked up all the way from 88 and pushed slightly above 100, right? But looking at going down on the weekly, you could see it a bit better, right? Especially on the last 2 weeks, the last two candles, which represent the last 2 weeks, we've seen a significant volume come into last week, right, as opposed to the week before. So slightly above average of volume, which is something to pay attention to. So let's go down on the daily, which I really like this overall formation that we're having with the last daily candle, which is very bullish. So if we're looking at the last two candles, these last two candles right here, this is a bullish engulfing formation, right? Not only it's a bullish engulfing formation, check out the amount of volume coming into that candle. So on that day, we had a 11% move, about a 12% move to the upside, $10, $11, give or take. And it closed very bullish, right? And we could go as far as to say that, hey, this is possibly a double bottom as well. Well, let's remove that. Nope. We could say that this is a double bottom as well. Boom, like this, right? And let's move that to the side, right? This could be a double bottom as well with a neckline of, I'll give it the neckline of about 102. Right, with a 102 neckline. So above 102, we could really see this thing move, especially with this overall bullish engulfing formation with lots of above average volume. Above 102, we could see this thing really fly. But overall, with the beginning of the week, it'll be nice to monitor the stock to see, because we still have a nice move from $97 to 102. And that's about a $4 move, give or take, which could still be traded. So this is what I'm looking at overall on Tdoc, is this bullish engulfing formation, this possible double bottom here, and my price target, if we do hit above 102 or 103, right, if we have this breakout point, is about 115 right here at the 50 EMA. And for good measures too, because considering this overall candle formation here, this would be a nice area where this thing meets lots of resistance, right? With this overall bearish candle formation here. So Tdoc bullish engulfing, right? Bullish engulfing off of this significant $88 support level, right? Which, as I mentioned before, was a breakout point for price be during 2019 into 2020, and it was resistance prior to that as well. So a move above 102 or 103, give or take, we could see a nice move to 115, which would make very good for possible swing trade or day trade, depending on how strong that move is. And that's all going to depend on how or what the sentiment is in regards to Omicron, the new variant that's going on, and the COVID cases that's been spiking in major cities like New York City. So the more you start hearing about these type of things on the news, the more you could see, these momentum stocks, well, not momentum stocks, but these COVID stocks reacting, such as this, such as Tdoc, right, which had this pretty crazy move on Friday. So this is what I'm looking at, and this for Tdoc, and that is my price point as well. Now on to our next stock. So up next we have Colgate. Again, we're starting our analysis on the 1 month time frame. All right, and we're just gonna draw our support level here around $74, 73.98. We just round it up to $74. Just to show you that this stock right here has been keeping a baseline support here of $74, which was prior resistance. Let's go ahead and extend that a little bit, right? So it's been holding that pretty well, and if you're really paying attention on the monthly, you could also see a bullish formation of a, oh my god, of a, wow, this thing's annoying, of a all right, a bullish formation of a double bottom. Let me just say it. Where is this thing? Oh, there it is. This is annoying. Boom. Yes, a bullish formation of a double bottom here, just like our previous stock. So let's exit that out and just bring that to the side, just so you guys could see, the overall formation. So very bullish formation here, especially due to the fact that it's on the monthly, and you'll see it on the weekly as well once I get there. And as you can see, most of our resistance is coming from this $85 level. Well, 85 to $86, right, which could be our neckline, but I would mostly want it to be this $86 area. So our neckline here, let's put our yellow line here so we could just know where it is, with $86 right here, right? From here we could have a pretty significant breakout above there, right? And I have a price target of $90 for it, and that's just me being conservative. But we could honestly see $100 price point on this, so we could just go ahead and put $100. Let's make sure it's accurate. Boom, 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 $100 here, right? So $90 to $100 off of this overall double bottom breakout on the monthly. So let's go and take a look at it on the weekly as well, right? On the weekly, same type of formation we're looking at, this double bottom here, boom, one. A little bit of choppiness here, but overall we did come back down, and it did retest that $74 area again for a bigger move to the upside, right? So looking at this weekly candle here, right, we closed off with a lot of volume here on this weekly candle, which is good, although we had a slight pullback from that $84 price point to $82, which is healthy, really, for this overall move that it's been having the past 2 weeks, from $76, from a low of $76 all the way to 84. So a $2 pullback, very healthy. And considering that $84 here is a area of support and resistance, then this was warranted. So we need to but we do need to break above these two resistance point too. As you could see, this $84 area, right? And this 85-ish dollar resistance. What we want to see is price trading above those two resistance point for this overall breakout to come into fruition. So going down on the weekly time frame, and this time we're going to bring out our moving average. And for this one, I am using the EMAs. So my green one is my 8 EMA. I use it, just to find areas of support, which I already have with my support levels here of $80, well, $81, which I am expecting the stock to pull back to, right? To pull back to, for us to hold, we need to hold this $81 level, right? And possibly tested as support for a retest of 84, right? Like I said, we do need to break above that 84 and $85 area in order to even consider a breakout above the $86. But first, we want a pullback to 80 to $81, right? We could have one to 80 as well, but that one looked too sexy, right? Because at that point, we need to hold this $80 level for this whole entire move that I was showing you guys on the weekly of that double bottom for it to happen, right? So going on the daily, again, what we could do, right, in order to observe this a little bit better is do the same thing we did with, I believe it was Mdlz. Just draw that neckline area, right? I'm gonna draw that out, and it's gonna give us that on the bottom formation, which it seems to be following pretty well, right? again, we want to see, a pullback here because of this overall run that it's been having, throughout the past week or so. So a pullback to 81 or $80 flat wouldn't be so bad here for a continuation to the upside, right? And we could get into a position at any point of support here, but overall I'm waiting for price to start trading at around $85, right? Where I want to see it actively hold as support, right? Something similar to what happened over here, right, where we had price consolidating for a while between that $86 mark and that $85 mark. So I want to see something similar for a breakout. The only thing with this breakout, the reason why I would say this breakout didn't happen was look what was happening this whole time that the stock was consolidating. It was a bearish divergence where you see the price just standing still, and then you have your RSI trending down. So this whole entire move over here was kind of predicted. But hopefully, if we do get a price above that $85 level to hold it as support, we won't see something similar. But overall, on the RSI, we're pretty overbought. Slightly above 70 here. Actually need to change my RSI to 80. Hold up. Do this right now. You want your RSI band at 80. This one has 40, really, right? We're in that 70 mark, right? Not oversold, but pretty oversold. And like I said, it is, well, not oversold, not overbought, but a little bit overbought. But overall, this overall pullback to $81 to 80 is needed for a healthy run to the upside if we're going to get that breakout point. So again, I want to see price above at least $84, in between 85 to $86 for that overall run to 90, to be conservative, but overall to $100. So do keep CL on watch for the remainder of the year, and into next year as well. And this goes for every stock that we're mentioning here, slightly except for Tdoc. Tdoc is probably more, you will probably see our price target of probably 115 hit sometime this week or by the end of this month, considering, market sentiment and whatever it is that's going on around Omicron. So on to the next stop. Next up, we have CTSH, Cognizant, Cognizant. Oh God, Cognizant. I don't know why I'm pronouncing it like that, but again, we're going to start our overall analysis on the monthly time frame, right? Like most of our stocks here that you know, uh, we've went through so far, they all have something similar, which is an overall breakout point, right? So with this one, let's just draw the support level here. No, not yellow. Boom, dash, and make it white. No, white. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So with this one right here, it's another breakout point that we're having, right? So again, let's do our analysis from the beginning, starting from the monthly time frame, right? So clear resistance here at that $85 level, right? Previous resistance point here happened a while ago, back to in 2018, years ago. And then we've pretty much had a hard time retesting that resistance level again till recently on this monthly candle, where we actually went as high as $86, so slightly above. But again, we close below it, right? Which is not a bad sign, considering this overall move here on the monthly. Although this candle is not, although the month is not done yet, still, right? Because previous to hitting that resistance level again, our previous resistance was $82, right? Which was very significant because every time we came to these areas, we had a pullback, right? And recently it broke above it on this month candle right here. So going down on the weekly, we can take a better look, right? Especially at this weekly candle here, considering the amount of volume coming in compared to previous days, right, where it was pretty flat. But overall, we were in a nice uptrend. We could draw our trend line like so from these lows here. Boom, boom, right? Been on a nice uptrend, right? Which is leading to that overall breakout above that $85 level, which we could get within the next, couple of weeks or so. But all of these are pretty much, long term. So we could draw our support line like this as well, right? So you could have two different support levels here. This current one, right? This is the more current one, and this is a longer one, right? So going down to our daily time frame, just want to look at this at every possible angle, right? We have, you could see our breakout point even better, right? So considering last week, Friday, we had a pretty significant amount of volume coming into this breakout level here, which caused us to have a gap, right? Considering the amount of volume, right? And considering the fact that we closed off, it seemed like we closed off at the same price. Let's see, 84.68. 84.82, so slightly above the previous close, right? And considering this amount of volume, we may not get the chance to close this gap, right? We may not get the chance to close this gap or retest this $82 level, which would be very good if we did. But considering the amount of volume, we may just continue to push upwards, right? For a breakout above that $85 level that we've been looking for. Again, if you really extend this thing out to zoom out and see, this could be a very significant breakout, right? Considering the fact that we kind of have an inverted head and shoulder here. Let's see, where could I find my inverted head and shoulder drawing kit? If not, I'm just gonna draw it by hand. Where is this thing? I think it should be here, pattern. Head and shoulder I think it is the head and shoulder. You just gotta like, thing it. So you could choose any given point right here, to be honest, to be your shoulder, but I'm going to really extend it like so, right? It's not gonna be perfect, to be honest, but nothing in life is perfect. So wow, this came out very bad, so I'm just gonna draw it with my own two hands. Boom. So starting from this point here, your head, I know this is the best head and shoulder you ever seen, right? As long as you could see the formation, that's what counts. And as long as you know where your breakout point is, right, which is above that $85 level, which would be your breakout point. And if we do not get that pullback, a pullback to $82 would be nice. But like I said again, considering the amount of volume that was coming into this current candle here, we might just see a push up continuation above, right? So a price target for this is literally $100, right? We're gonna go with whole numbers here. A whole number of $100 here would be my price target for this. But overall, we want to see a breakout above that $85 level. We want to monitor how the monthly candle closes since the month is not over, right? As you can see, we can see this pattern on a bigger time frame as well. So that's what you want to see here, how this candle closes, but do monitor the weekly candle as well this upcoming week. Just in case we try to retest this trend line support here, which would be a great entry, to be honest, at $82. But then again, we might not get that considering the amount of volume that's coming on the daily time frame candle. But let's see how it goes. So that is it for our bullish what you call them, stocks. So far we had Mdlz, we had Tdoc, we had Colgate, and we have Cognizant, CTSH. And next we're going to look at the downside of the market.